Solving multi-step equations, part 2. So these are more challenging multi-step equations, and we're probably going to have many steps. So we want to really make sure that we go through the equation solving process for each of these problems. So in equation 1, we know that the first step to solving an equation is to change any subtraction to addition of the opposite sign. In this particular equation, we don't have any subtraction, so we're done with that step. The next step, after we've changed subtraction to addition of the opposite, is to distribute. And we do have some distribution. So we want to distribute this 6 to the w and to the 2. So 6 times w is 6w plus 6 times 2 is 12 equals 20 plus 2w. Now, after we distribute, the next step would be to combine like terms if they're on the same side of the equation. Well, on the left-hand side of the equation, we just have a 6w and a 12, which are unlike terms, so there's nothing to combine. On the right-hand side of the equation, we have a 20 plus 2w, which are also unlike terms, so there's nothing to combine. Once we've looked at combining like terms, the next step is to use the addition or subtraction property to get the variable on the left-hand side. So we have a 2w, and we'd like to get rid of that, so we subtract 2w from both sides. (2w minus 2w is 0, so that cancels, leaving me with just 20 on the right. And then 6w minus 2w is 4w plus 12. Now we've got the variable on the left, and we want to get the constant on the right. So we need to get rid of a 12, so we subtract 12 from both sides. 12 minus 12 is 0, so that cancels. And I have 4w equals 20 minus 12 is 8. Now I have 4 times w equals 8. So if we want to get rid of a multiplication of 4, we divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 1w is just w. Equals 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our solution should be w equals 2, but of course we want to check it. So we're going to check to make sure that w equals 2. We've got 6 times w plus 2 equals 20 plus 2w. The next step is to replace your variable with empty parentheses. So 6 times w plus 2 equals 20 plus 2w. And now inside your empty parentheses, put your solution, which is 2. Now once again, we can just plug this into the calculator. So we would plug in 6 parenthesis, parenthesis 2, parenthesis, plus 2 parenthesis, and hit enter. Find out what our solution is. And then type in 20 plus 2 parenthesis, 2 parenthesis for the left-hand side. If our solutions are the same, we know our answer is correct. But we can do it by hand. Now remember, we want to follow the order of operations. And the order of operations says that you do what's in parentheses first. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So on the left I get 6 times 4 equals, and then on the right hand side we have to do the 2 times 2 first, because multiplication comes before addition. So we get 20 plus 4. 6 times 4 is 24 equals 20 plus 4 is 24. We get 24 equals 24, so our answer checks. Our second equation We start with step 1, which is change subtraction to addition of the opposite sign. And we do have a subtraction right there where it says v minus 1. So we're going to change that to v plus negative 1. So we get 2 times 2v plus 3 plus 8v equals 6 times v, and then minus 1 changes to plus negative 1 plus 3v. After we've changed subtraction to addition of the opposite sign, we do our distribution. 2 times 2v is 4v plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 8v equals 6 times v is 6v plus 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. And then we've got the plus 3v. After we've done our distribution, we combine like terms if they're on the same side of the equation. On the left-hand side, we've got a 4v plus 8v, which gives us 12v, plus 6 equals. On the right-hand side, we have a 6v plus 3v. Well, 6v plus 3v is 9v plus negative 6. Alright, so we've combined our like terms. After we've combined our like terms, the next step is to get the variable on the left-hand side. And we do that with the addition or subtraction property. So we'd like to get rid of this 9v, so we subtract 9v. (9v minus 9v is 0, so that cancels. And we're left with just negative 6 on the right-hand side. 12v minus 9v is 3v, so we have 3v plus 6 on the left-hand side. So we have the variable term on the left. Now we want the constant term on the right. So we need to get rid of this 6, so we subtract 6 from both sides. 6 minus 6 is 0, so that gives us 3v equals negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12. Next step, we have 3 times v, so we want to get rid of the times 3, so we divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 1v is just v, equals negative 12 divided by 3. They're opposite signs, so we know we're going to get a negative, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. Alright, so our answer should be v equals negative 4. Once again, we can check this, and this is where you'll really want your calculator, because I'm going to do it by hand, but it's a long process if you do it by hand. So we're going to check to make sure that our answer is v equals negative 4. Our original equation is 2 times 2v plus 3 plus 8v equals 6 times v minus 1 plus 3v. Everywhere you have a v, you need to replace it with empty parentheses. So 2 times v plus 3 plus 8v equals 6 times v minus 1 plus 3v. Now, everywhere that you added empty parentheses, you need to put your solution, negative 4. Now this is where your calculator comes in. Type in the left-hand side of the equation exactly as it appears into your calculator and press enter. Get the solution. Then press the right-hand side of the equation into your calculator and get the solution. And you want those two numbers to be the same. If you do it by hand, like I'm going to do, it's going to take quite a long time. So first I'm going to simplify just the right-hand side. I'm sorry, just the left-hand side. So I start with the set of parentheses. So it's going to be 2 times, and then within parentheses I have to do the multiplication before the addition. 2 times -4 is -8 plus 3 plus 8 times -4. Now I have to do the parentheses again because there's still an operation to be performed. So 2 times -8 plus 3 is -5 plus 8 times -4. Next is to do the multiplication as it occurs from left to right. So the first multiplication is 2 times -5. So that's -10 plus 8 times -4. I still have a multiplication, 8 times -4, which is -32. So I get -10 plus -32. -10 plus -32 is -42. So the left-hand side of my equation simplifies to -42. Now I have to do the same thing with the right-hand side. So I start in the parentheses, 6 times -4 minus 1. We can change the -1 to plus -1. -4 plus -1 is -5 plus 3 times -4. Next step is multiplication as it occurs from left to right. So 6 times -5 is -30 plus 3 times -4. -30 plus 3 times -4 is -12. -30 plus -12 is -42. So notice that both sides of my equation simplify to -42. So I get -42 equals -42, which checks. But as you can see, the hand process is very long. So we really want to use our calculators for that.